All right, good morning, everybody. So I managed to get a jump on the day. Got a schedule that keeps changing with two little ones, one in private school and one in daycare. So got into the office early today. Yeah, their schedules keep changing too with these. They have these different sort of lockdown strategies, I guess you could call them, to keep kids from spreading the my Sharona virus is what I'll call it. My browser is blinking out a little bit here. It's kind of annoying. Don't know what's going on. I have to run an update on my software here. Hopefully it stops doing that soon. So we'll go over what's on watch. So BILI. The other day, so I've played this twice. I played it back here on the 30th of December, and then I played it on the 31st of December. And I don't remember how much I made on the 30th of December. It was a few $100s. And I lost 800 on the 31st on this play. I was in an average of I was in 400 shares at an average of $92 a share. Yesterday it recovered, closed at 95 or so, something like that. There are a lot of lines here on this chart. I'll see if I can get rid of some of them. I'll get rid of that one. And then get rid of this one here. This is intraday level. So yeah, it's up here at 97 in the pre-market. It went all the way up past 100, just to $100.60. You know, if the broader market is going to be bullish, which looks like we're getting a little bit of a pullback here before the bell, so this the large caps might struggle again today. That was true with I think it was THCB yesterday. I had a losing trade of about $100 on it, only traded 200 shares. So, you know, I tend to trade on the long side, except for when I see a really juicy opportunity on the short side, which BABA is looking pretty juicy. I've been averaging into a short position here on BABA since 236. So I managed to catch it at this point during the day. Somewhere I started, so on this day I was looking for a move down past the neckline after a head and shoulders pattern. It went after hours or pre-market, it went down past the neckline here, broke the neckline, came back and tested it. And I didn't get in right on the test and failure of the neckline here because I didn't have my chart neckline drawn correctly. It was instead of you know, right at the correct point of the neckline, I was one candle away here. And so anyway, I managed to start averaging into a short position at 236, and I wound up closing higher on this day right here. Wound up closing higher, so I was, you know, a little bit under on it. But then the next day, yesterday, I managed to average into some more shares at 226. So this thing, it could move up again if it moves back above the neckline and breaks the neckline. You know, I'm 40 shares short on it, so it's not like it's going to kill me. It's not the way I want to see it go, for sure. But this is definitely a really pretty head and shoulders reversal pattern. Came up and tested the neckline. Usually what I'm looking for after a test and failure of the neckline is a move down that is equivalent to the distance from the rough distance from the neckline to the peak of this move, which is about $60. From roughly 260 up to 320 is roughly $60. So from here, from where it touched right here, I'm looking for it to go down to about 180 to 185, somewhere in that range. All right. So that's one that I just kind of always have on watch. Next up is BILI. Like I was saying, this is one that I started to trade on the 30th. Made some money here, made some money on this candle, lost some money on this candle. I didn't play it yesterday. I was a little bit gun shy. So today it's opening up. If it opens up here, it opens up into new all-time highs. If we get a little bit of a pullback into the last height of this breakup candle, I'll probably start averaging in from 95.73 down to 94.83. I don't know, 25 shares at a time over the course of every 50-cent move. And then if it makes it 50% of the way down to this candle, then I'm going to have to let it go. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so next up on my watch list here is First Solar. First Solar is taking a drop. I have a level on it here to watch at 93.41. Let me put an alarm on that. Oh, there's an alarm on it already. Okay. So if it drops down to 93.41, I will be averaging into probably a 500 share position on this one for a 1% bounce. 1% on 93 cent, or 1% at an average of $93 is a 93-cent move on 500 shares, which will get me somewhere close to $400, a little bit 450, somewhere close to $450. So next trade I'm looking at is DraftKings. Looking for it to come into the support. It's kind of on a recent little down move here. Looking for a bounce. You know, it's kind of cooling up. I'm going to weigh this one when I see it and take a look at what the broader market is doing when it starts hitting its levels. If it's showing a high volume down move into this level, into the support level, I'll wait for the second support level instead. If it is just kind of drifting, if it kind of just flows down gently, then I'll start averaging in right here. If it moves down hard, I'll wait for it to hit the support level before I start averaging into a position. So 42.40 and 40.35 are what I'm looking at on DraftKings. SBE. Okay, so this is one that I've played a couple of times. I am bullish on energy with a falling dollar. Pretty much, it's although energy, it's a commodity. It's not quite the same as a commodity play. We got an alarm on BILI. Let's check out what's going on here. Yeah, BILI came into this first support level here, pre-market. So then. Well, that means I prefer to trade regular market hours rather than pre-market, and so I'll have to keep an eye on this one. This stock, it has been it was mean to me on the 31st. Really nasty dip there. In pre-market. On this day, it was up well over $100 a share. I was really expecting to see a lot of bullish behavior on the 31st with this BILI, but it shook me off. So we'll see how it goes today. All right, so then DraftKings now. SBE, okay, this is an energy play. I like energy with a weakening dollar. I'll probably, if this thing comes into its levels, I'll go over and check out what the dollar is doing, and bring that into the window to see what's going on. Let's see here, what's rates doing? Okay, so the 10-year is up 1 basis point to 0.93 this morning, and the dollar is it's kind of bobbling around. Looks like the dollar might be trying to make a short-term bottom here. It's a lower low for this recent last downturn that's taken since mid-March. Let's see how we're doing on time here. Check. 9:06. Okay, good. Got a lot of time. And then, so this last window, I have it as BILI. I'm going to move it over to gold so I can keep an eye on gold. I'm actually looking for an opportunity to short gold again. I know with a falling dollar that gold is going to look more attractive. However, with inflation, gold is money. And so when you have money in your pocket and prices are going higher, you know, the value of your money goes down. I know gold is considered a hedge against a falling dollar because it is priced relative to dollars. However, it doesn't, the 30-day correlation with gold, and I'd have to look at it again, but the last time I saw the 30-day correlation with the price of gold to the dollar was a positive correlation of 0.77. So that means for every $1 down that the dollar moves, every time the dollar moves down 1 unit, gold in the past, well, actually in the past 90 days, has tracked that move in the dollar at a 0.77 rate. So if the dollar loses $1 worth of value, then gold has tracked that movement by 77 cents in the recent history. So I'm looking for an opportunity to short gold in inflationary environments. Gold just, it doesn't hold its value the way you'd think it would. People tend to go to equities. They take their money out of gold and they jump into the S&P or, you know, any given company because they're going to have better returns than gold will. So it's something that I have my eye on, as well as rates. Okay, so let's see where we are here. Oh yeah, and so my small cap plays, bring this down. So I'm watching PECK. I can't find any news on PECK. It had some debt forgiveness back here in early December, but as far as what kind of news is hitting PECK today, I don't know. So it's on watch. It's up over 100% in pre-market. Let's see here. Open my trading platform. I haven't entered these names. I haven't entered these names in yet. And then the other one that I'm watching is AAME. AAME made a move in the post market yesterday. The news, I don't see any news on it. I don't know what's going on with it. So let me check Street Smart Edge to see if I can find some news. Let's see here. PECK, we'll check that one out first. PECK Holdings. Okay, at 8:30 this morning, PECK Holdings, the PECK Company Holdings to acquire iSun Energy LLC, award-winning solar-powered electric vehicle infrastructure provider and clean energy product innovator. All right, so PECK has decided to acquire what looks to be like some kind of green energy electric vehicle infrastructure company. Usually the acquirer doesn't see such an uplift in its stock price. So I don't know. It's on watch. If it starts getting a bunch of movement, then I'll play it. Okay, next up, AAME. No news on AAME. I can't find any news on AAME. So we've got PECK and AAME on watch for small caps. BILI finding some support near the high on December 30th. We'll see what happens with it. It really, I guess, just like the broader market did on the 31st, called a gap and crap. So you gapped up high and then just crapped out for the rest of the day. And yeah, I definitely extended the risk on BILI more than I should have on the 31st, and didn't cut my losses soon enough. I should have cut it at 400, dollars loss per share, and I really didn't. I cut it at 800, and so it put a damper on my week. But I managed to pull out of it before I destroyed my week. So, all right. Now the SPY right now looks like if the market opened right now, the SPY would close, or the SPY would open lower than its close from yesterday. Still inside of the wick of yesterday's candle. So, the candle, the SPY candle, it put in an outside reversal yesterday. Let's take a look at it here real quick. So it opened higher and then went up just a tad and then closed significantly lower. This is an engulfing candle. It's called an outside reversal, but this market has blown off outside reversals. Here's another outside reversal, and I think there are at least 3 of them on here that the market has just shrugged off and continued moving in recent history. Here's another. This is it's not exactly a reversal though, because it was already headed in sort of a down motion here. Here we go. On this day here's an outside reversal on August 11th, opened higher and then closed lower. So I'm not, and here's another one right here. There are outside reversals like consistently through this chart going back into May. And so, I don't know, is the market, there's a guy who I've learned from by the name of, what's his name? David Frost, I think. He runs a company called Inside the Numbers. It's worth anytime you can learn from a veteran trader, it's worth it. And he calls the kind of the action on the market, the operations of the trick, trap, fool, and frustrate crowd, or he calls them tricking company. And so are all these outside reversals that have been happening rather consistently without follow through and without actually creating a true reversal? Are they just desensitizing traders so that they're like, buy the dip, and then it decides to make, a correction of 10% or something? The market decides to correct by 10%. I don't know. I don't have those answers. I don't think anybody, well, there might be somebody who does, but they are certainly much more influential and powerful in the markets than anyone like myself will probably ever be. We'll see. If I can keep making money, who knows, I might be able to, in 10 years, be one of those big guys. But right now, I'm just a lowly little, proprietary trader. So let's go back here. What is it? Large cap movers. So yeah, yesterday was an outside reversal. I don't put a lot of faith in continuation. So we're gonna have to see. If the SPY keeps breaking down below certain levels, then it's going to come back to fill a gap. Let's take a look at that gap so we're prepared. Portfolio, SPY. Let's see that gap that it wants to fill. Yeah, it's gappy right in here. See this area right in here? It's gappy in there. It didn't make a smooth. There's a big gap down to here, then a gap up to through here and so forth. There's another gap right in here. I guess you could say it was filled, but there's some technical dislocation right in here in this run up from 322, actually pretty much up to 358 there. So if we get a 10% correction, 36 points down from here would put us at 336. So, and technically to fill all the gaps, really it could come down, because this gap is filled. This gap is filled. It's right in here. This 337 to 339 is the bottommost gap that's been left open. So, corrections are good for the market. I'm still sitting on a lot of cash. I have not gotten fully invested in what's perceived to come soon, and that is a global quad 2. There are forecasts to be back-to-back quad 2 quarters coming up, Q1 and Q2 of 2021, and all of the developed nations, along with a few emerging market nations, are showing green lights across the board. So there's some BS about the market looking 6 months ahead, and by Q3 the economic activity is forecast to slow down quite significantly. So, I just don't really know what to put emphasis on, 6 months out, or, going through global quad 2, I don't know. I just play it day by day and go off of what the charts are telling me. Okay, let's get this to large cap movers again. Put that on BILI. I really like the way BILI looks. It went through this long period of consolidation. You could call it from roughly June to November, and then broke out. And you can expect the same time duration on the breakout. So this thing has roughly 6 months to move up. So we'll see what happens. It's getting into the hundreds here, and once it breaks 100, and confirms it, then it ought to start looking for 110, 120, so on and so on. But we won't know until it happens, and I'm gonna start averaging into a position today, and do the best I can to pull some profits from about half of that position, and then hold on to the rest of it, and then continue to average into, 100 or so shares a day, and then sell 50, to just put some cash in my pocket, put some profits in my pocket. All right, so I need to get my trading window set up here. We've got about 10 minutes to the bell. So we've got AAME on the small caps and PECK. All right, about 3.5 minutes to the bell. Got a pregame set up, and then we will see what happens from there. BILI is catching a bid there before the bell. $84,000 shares traded in that 10-minute time frame. Let's take a look at it on the 1 minute. Yeah, that all happened in 1 minute. Somebody came in, bought about 70, we're at 72,000 shares now on this one candle right here. And broke through this support resistance line. All right, now we'll put the alarm back on. About 30 seconds to the bell. All right, so BILI just touched off of $100. There's going to be resistance at that $100 spot. And so a move above $100 and then confirmation of $100 is going to be the best way to play, in my opinion. It's going to be the best way to play that stock. Check out PECK. PECK isn't doing a heck of a lot right now. Let's see what it looks like on the 10-minute. On the 10-minute, yeah, it looks like it's trying to find some support in here at some point. Let's see, let's put a Fibonacci on it and see where it is right now. So a test of the golden ratio here at 1130. It's worth an attempt. So I'm going to put in an order for 1130. I may have missed in the bottom of this breakup candle right here. The bottom of this up candle right here is a good spot for an entry. I was paying attention to BILI, so I didn't jump on this one. Did manage to get a trade in on BILI. I can't see my realized gains yet. $430 on BILI. I traded 400 shares. And so, yeah, I'd like to see PECK come down to this 1130 for a good entry, and or close to the bottom of this this breakup candle right here, which it looks like it touched. See, the low here is 1150, and the low there is 1155. So traders might be trading against this breakup candle for a retest of this pre-market high. Momentum, though, momentum trades, let's see how many shares are in this thing. It only has 5.3 million shares float. So, a lot of tail candles on the bottom here indicate some level of support. Baba is catching a bid. Let's look at the big picture here. Yeah, so this resistance line right here, if it breaks it, that's 43 to 35, 8. That's $320 in the wrong direction for me, but it won't shake me off until it breaks above this and holds it. PECK is still kind of bumping around here. So the SPY is above 370 again. It's working its way back into the body of yesterday's outside reversal candle. And that ought to be bullish for the large caps. Let's check out what our other large caps are doing here. First Solar, kind of bobbling around. DraftKings, yeah, DraftKings has caught a bid off of the SPY's action, trading quite heavily at 1.1 million shares there. SBE almost came into my level to trigger a buy. I'm definitely bullish on SBE. And AAME it's a momentum play. So, yeah. Okay, so 11:30. Looks like, yeah, we got to bounce away from 11:30 there. Let's see if we can hold it. Catching support right there at 11:30. Yeah. Let's see. BILI is bumping its head into 100. Looks like it broke 100 for a little bit. I have this support line on 100, so the pre-market high is 1160, and this candle hit, or not 1160, but $100.60, and the high of this candle right here on the 1 minute is $100.58. So it bumped into the pre-market high. So this was the strategy that I was looking for it to play out on the 31st, right here, and it did not play out, to say the least. I could have gotten out of this trade. I averaged in per trade right here in these red candles right here. I think I bought at the open and then bought again here at this support level, and it went up above. It went up to 94, so I was up. I was on 400 shares, so I was up $800 on this trade at one point, and I was fully expecting it to go up and test the pre-market highs, and it did not do that. So yeah, I wound up taking a loss at some point late in the morning in here somewhere. I don't remember where, and then coming back to it. So. Today it's behaving more according to what I'm accustomed to seeing momentum trades do. So yeah, it bumped its head into the pre-market high, which is, let me blow it up a little bit. See this pre-market high over here. This is much more typical of what you see with a large cap mover, and even small cap momentum for that matter. It'll typically, open up and then hit somewhere in a resistance point in its from its pre-market trading, so it did that today, but it definitely did not do that on the 31st. Let's see where PECK is here. PECK is doing its best to hold on to this golden ratio here of 11:30. There's 6.5 minutes left on this 10-minute candle. I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Let's see. Go back here. Baba is taking a little rest. It's trying to poke into new highs intraday. It's trying to keep pushing there. we'll see how it does. Yeah, this, if it gives me the opportunity to average into another 20 shares short right here at this resistance level, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take that opportunity. Got a couple things popping up on the scanner here. SYN, but it is below $2. I don't like to trade momentum stocks that are below $2. Let's see, we had NCTY popped up on the scanner just a moment ago. Let's check this one out. This is one that I played yesterday. I lost money on it, but it's because I didn't time my trade well. And I was paying too much attention to too many things at once. I've forgotten where I got in. I was positive on it, and then, yeah, that's right. It was this candle. It was that. Let's put it on the 1 minute. This thing dumped very quickly after I got into it. Yeah, I think I got into it right here at somewhere around, let's see, it confirmed VWAP, and so I got into it somewhere around 646. That's right. I got into it at 646, and then it just took a dive, and so I managed to get out of it. I think I was down 40 cents per share on it, on pretty small. Yeah, it was 200 shares, 200 share trade. So I lost. I was more than 40 cents per share, so it was like 45 cents. It was like a $90 loss for me yesterday on this one. But it's popping up again today, so let's go over here and take a look at its levels. Yeah, it definitely has made a nice run after it's open right here. It's consolidating, and it's looking like it's trying to push to its pre-market highs or yesterday's highs. Consolidating right here, looking kind of a little bit toppy on the 1 minute right now. So I'll watch this one for a pullback to the non-EMA. So one run up, a pullback, second run up. If we get another pullback that makes an obvious pattern to get in, then I will trade it up. There it goes. Yeah, so I'm going to call this right here. I'm going to call this a second pullback, and this is the first pullback. And usually after the second pullback and its next run up, it's pretty much done for the day. So it's a small cap momentum. I've forgotten the news. I think there's something about lower stocks, consumer stocks. Something about this thing. Yeah, here we go. Oh, it's cranking up a cryptocurrency unit. it's Asian. It's an Asian ADR, and they have a really rather aggressive approach to going cashless in Asia. So, I mean, this could be, a good thing for this company. But if I want to invest in it, if I want to trade it, then I need to trade the charts. If I want to invest in it, then what happens more often than not is these things will get some news, run up and fall down. Get some news, run up, fall down. Get some news, run up, fall down. Really spiky. Look at this thing went up to $80 not too long ago. In one day. There we go. So if I want to invest in this thing, look, it's really, really spiky. I'm going to wait for the price action to settle down. It's doing a pretty good job here today, though. Imagine if it can make it over $8.08 per share, then I'll get involved. Put it on the 1 minute. SBE is making it up over yesterday's close. Just barely missed support on that one. That would have been a really nice trade to have gotten into. Let's look at the levels here real quick. So I had an entry at $34.01, and it went as low as $34.05. So I missed the entry on that one. But this thing, if it recovers again, it's got quite a distance to go. I mean, $50 on this thing. I think I'm going to buy 100 shares here, and then let it ride for a week or so. Let's see, SBE. All right, I'm in at $36.94 on 100 shares. I'll hold on to it for about a week to see if it can run back up to 50. That's a steep climb. So, and a slight pullback on the 1 minute. Let's see, you've got a pullback here, a little bit of consolidation. A pullback right here, and then a little area of consolidation right here, and then a move up. So I definitely could have timed that entry much better, but in the big picture, this thing's looking like it'll probably perform over the next week or so, especially if we continue to go into what's going to be a global quad 2. Okay, there goes PECK. Yeah, PECK held on to that golden ratio there and is making a run here. Yeah, it really needs to break over the pre-market high. I could get in here and try and get a move to the pre-market high, but there's no guarantee that's going to happen. It's not until after it goes over its pre-market high that it really starts to get attractive for me. I'm up $440 so far today, $430 so far today. I'd really like to protect those profits. run up through VWAP here. See if we can get a green close on the 5-minute over VWAP. Let's see what's going on with BILI here. Oh yeah, all right. So there we go, over $100, over $100.60, which is over its pre-market high. So what I'd like to see happen here is it's going to run up a little bit. I'd like to see it come back and test the pre-market high, and then give me an entry on a little bit of a pullback. BABA starting to top out a little bit here. Looks like it's going to be a little bit of consolidation. Might make another move higher. We'll see. PECK is doing what it can to hold on to VWAP right here. This could be a short-term pullback for another run-up. Check out the 1 minute. Topping candle there. Highest volume so far is a green candle. On the 1 minute, I mean, it's looking good. It's looking like it's catching support. So let's give it a shot here. Maybe. Let's see if we get an entry. Boom. Okay, so through 13 there, a little spike through 13. There was a big seller on 13. Okay. Long 300 shares here at 1307 a share. battling the 13 level again. I'd be really surprised to see 13 be a point of resistance for it again, since it's already blown through it a couple of times. There we go. Another move back over 13. And 1350, it looks to me like 14 is a bit of resistance. It made it up over in the pre-market. It made it up over 14 there, but it looks like 14 is going to be where we'll catch a lot of resistance. Uh-oh. It's headed in the wrong direction. Let's see if the 75 fib level here can act as support. So now 13 is acting like resistance. All right, falling back down to the 1130 area. So yeah, right now I'm down $1.50 on these 300 shares. I just destroyed all of my earnings on BILI, and it's in a downward halt. That's momentum. That's what I get for not letting it go past its high here and entering when there's a big move to the upside. Okay, so BILI didn't hold its level here, and it's on its way back down. BABA still consolidating. Volume is falling off a little bit. I imagine it's going to consolidate here and then make another move up. Yeah, SBE made its second move. It looks like it's trying to consolidate and move back up again from this level. We'll see. DraftKings looks like it's trying to consolidate for another leg up. So that was the first wave from 9:30 in the morning to 10 o'clock. Sort of the first trading wave. Usually there's a second one. Yeah, this 1130 support line right here was definitely the right spot for an entry into PECK, and definitely not 1307. Ugh.
The bag has its roots in music, and it was initially made for the music producer. Once we had the finished product, then I was like, okay, I need to have the website. What I liked about GoDaddy is that I could change the fonts, I could navigate and see things differently. Online sales on my website builder, it's integrated, and so there's really not much to set up. They also track the traffic. I find that helpful. I can see like more people looked at it today, so I can kind of get immediate feedback. When a person buys a bag, I don't know if it's just the connection that we make over the sale of the bag.
I forgot that I got into SBE. I'm at 100 shares of SPE at 36.93. Yeah, so right now, It's headed down a little bit. I'm not worried about that one heading down though. I'm gonna hold on to that one for about a week.
The helping hands and those that laugh often. Here's to the ones that make life a little more beautiful. And to those that still believe that this country is at its best when people come together with one word at the center. Home.
Okay, so PECK went into a halt at 10:01, a halt on the way down at 10:01, and it is 10:05, so we've got somewhere around a minute to 2 minutes for PECK to open back up. NCTY looks like it double topped right here. SBE's looking okay. It would be nice if it put in a bottom right here. It'd be a lower or a higher low. Let's get rid of these lines. Keeping an eye on PECK here. Looks like it might be a 10-minute close or a 10-minute halt. Okay, so it didn't open back up again after 5 minutes. So it looks like it'll be a 10-minute halt. I'm gonna keep an eye on it here. BILI is back above $100 a share. Waiting for PECK to open back up again. Got about 1 to 2 minutes left. If it's going to be in a 10-minute halt. Alright, if it's going to be a 10-minute halt, then it'll open within this minute here on 10:11 in the morning. See if there's a news halt on it. The PECK isn't showing a news halt. Oh, there we go. It's opened up again. It's trying to get back above that 1130, hold that 1130 value there. I think I'm just going to have to ditch. So I tried to ditch there, didn't get filled. Tried to ditch at 11, and as soon as I hit the button, it tumbled below 11 there. All right, we're back above 11. Sometimes these things can run back up again, but the chances are pretty slim. This thing looks like it's probably going to start turning down and heading that way for the rest of the day. All right, so oof, man. Took a $653 loss there, so I'm now down roughly $213 on the day. Really unfortunate to take a trade at that point. All right, SBE, it's working on doing something. Yeah, that is the way it goes with momentum. And I definitely, if I'm going to trade momentum, I need to be faster on getting out when it obviously turns the wrong direction there. So it's coming up on 10:15. BILI getting a bit of rejection, still holding up a little bit here after making it past its pre-market highs. But it's not safe to say that it's holding on. So DKNG is putting a bull flag here. And Baba is putting in a bull flag right here. Interesting coincidence there. A move over 3740 would be really nice on SBE. Yeah, and PECK couldn't break over, really couldn't hold over 13.11 fell away, $13 and fell away. So yeah, I'd say PECK is pretty much done for the day. I don't see this thing curling back up and making new highs. I could be wrong, but I don't see it. BILI. A little dip below its pre-market high, kind of bumping along the $100 price mark. It could turn into something. BABA looks like it's about to roll over and look for some support somewhere in this candle, this breakup candle right here from 236 to 234. I wouldn't be surprised to see it catch some support somewhere in this candle, maybe around the 50% mark of this candle, somewhere around 235.50, and then consolidate and move back up again over this this high, which was the high of this day, the closing high of the day 2 days ago. I think 235.50 is going to be support here. I'm not sure, but could be. SBE kind of hanging around the day's highs here. You know, it's nice to see on the 10-minute time frame, it's nice to see SBE first fail at yesterday's close, then move up above it, and then confirm 10 minutes over it. So I'm bullish on this, especially if it comes back to from the top side to support yesterday's close, you know, and yesterday's close acts as support here, and then move over this close of a breakdown candle from 3 days ago. That's what this line represents at $38. So a move to $38, and then above $38, it's kind of a tall order. It's already moved from 34 to 37. That's, I mean, slightly less than a 10% move from yesterday's or from today's low. So, it's kind of a tall order there, but you know, could happen. Let's see, the bottom of this candle is the low 235.61. Below this candle right here, below this candle right here, the body of this candle right here, and then it goes into this candle to try and find support. If it can't hold on support there, if it can't hold on to the low of the day, I mean, that's a big swing. This is a pretty volatile stock right now because apparently Jack Ma is missing. Jack Ma made some statements about reforming China's financial regime, I don't know, and he hasn't been public for the past 2 months, which is the Chinese way of doing things, unfortunately. I don't like to get into politics, but basic philosophy, you know, of freedom is, you know, the freedom of speech. And that doesn't exist everywhere in the world. There are places that will, you know, throw you in jail, you know, for saying the wrong thing, and they won't tell you what you're charged with, or make sure you have a right to a speedy trial or anything like that. They'll just can you, and literally can you. So I hope Jack Ma is doing okay, whatever's going on. BILI looks like it explored the bottom of this breakup candle right here and might be trying to maintain support. More buying than selling on this stock so far today. A second round of buying in the morning might push this thing up higher than its intraday high right here around 101.30. I could pick up 100 shares of that and be fairly confident at this point right now for it to go higher. A green close above VWAP would be really great. This thing looks like it's got a minute to go before a green close. So, you know, I've been good on this stock today once. Let's see if I can give it another go here. Back over $100. All right, I'm in 100 shares at $.29, $100.29 for the move. I'm a little bit early, about 30 seconds early, but I just don't think that it's going to crash down here to the VWAP between now and another 15 seconds. Yeah, there we go. And so we should be looking for a push from 100 roughly to above 101.47. So that's what I'm in the trade for here. Let's see how it works out. Okay, there goes that candle. Bumped its head into the pre-market high there. Let's see about another break of the pre-market high, and then a move past the intraday high. That is what I'm looking for. Okay, a few cents past, just a few cents past the pre-market high isn't really that big of a deal. The close over it would be right now on this 5-minute candle would be encouraging. Yeah, pretty steady volume here. BABA is still consolidating. Yep, still consolidating. Looks like it found some support. The 235.28 is the low here. The low is 235.34. So this 235 level, 235.50 level is roughly half the height of the body of this candle right here. Acted like support. It's rather typical on a pullback. This would be the first pullback. So going long right here with the next, let's see, that the next 5-minute candle is bound to have put in a new high. Let's get over here real quick. Yeah, that's looking pretty bullish at the moment. I'm short on BABA for the long term, so I'm going to be using this push up to time an entry for a new short. The entry to take for a trade on this would have been right here above 236.16. Okay, so let's go back over here to BILI. I'd love to see this thing grind for the rest of the day from bottom left to top right. It has blue skies. Let's see, its blue skies are pretty far away. I'll have to look at intraday here. And let's put it on an hour. Pre-market there is so 101.40 is its pre-market high on that day. So to see it go over 101.40 and hold 101.40. And other than that, that's it. So a push over 101.40 and a hold over it is encouraging. First, it's got to clear 160 and hold. So we'll see what happens here. We've got 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. Okay, and BABA is pushing into new intraday highs. Nice consolidation pattern there with a breakout. PECK, it's trying to hold on to the 50% fib, but on this trade it's done for. After that big flush right there in price, it's done for. I mean, the biggest candles are green, but momentum usually just doesn't last. Okay, so NCTY decided to break over this resistance line at 777, and its next level of resistance is roughly here at 819. Over 819, then it could push to 10. It could push to, make an attempt for 10. This is kind of quietly doing its thing. Buyer came in right here. Interesting. BILI, slipping and falling back a little bit. Got about 30 seconds left on this candle. We'll just have to see what happens. NCTY just hit the scanner. Made a bump on the 75% level there. I'll keep an eye on it. I need to take a potty break, so I will be back soon. All right, and I'm back. Let's see what's going on. Bit of a failed breakout there on BABA, PECK, whatever, BILI. Kind of dragging. The SPY looks like it's trying to defend yesterday's close. All right. Yeah, move over 101.40 and confirmation above 101.40 right here for BILI would be really bullish. SBE looks like it's trying to hold on to yesterday's close. We get a dip down here to the 50 period moving average on a 10-minute basis. Yeah, SB up twice. DraftKings putting in a bullish pattern, a little bit low on this candle. Came down to roughly the 50% level of this breakup candle. It's probably a pretty decent place to enter. I like DraftKings. Dave Portnoy is basically the reason that I like it. I don't know much about DraftKings. I've never really been on DraftKings, so I don't know exactly what the business model is, but generally speaking, I mean, I like that guy. So, Baba here looks like it could be headed on a pretty decent bottom left, top right trajectory. NCTY is looking attractive right here. I'm going to put a small position on 200 shares. I'm in at $8.74 a share on NCTY on 200 shares. Little move there. SPY is taking a pretty nasty tumble. It's bumping into just dipped below, a slight bit below yesterday's close. And CTY is defending 850. I have an order to sell at 850, so if it starts charging down through that price level, I'll have to cut losses there. I'm in 200 shares at 874. There we go. A little rise there. It's grinding like a large cap. It only has 3.4 float of 3.45 million shares. This thing is behaving like a large cap. I think it's probably reached its peak. Let it go here for, see if I can break even on it. $8.74 is on the ask. All right, I'm out break even. Yeah. All right, well, we've got confirmation here above yesterday's high, or the pre-market high. So we got a candle to close above it, and then a 5-minute candle to confirm it. Now we've got another challenge of the pre-market high here, so let's see how it works out. Baba's hanging around the highs here. Pretty good run up above. Where did this level come from? The closing, the opening candle, 5-minute candle close or open from yesterday is right there. So hitting some resistance there. So I'll let go of this one, break even in CTY. I didn't like the action. Its volume is kind of falling away. It's past 10:30. So, you know, small cap momentum action usually only lasts until about 10:30. So I just let it go, break even. Fortunately, I didn't completely spook out and, you know, lose 30 cents, which, I mean, on 200 shares it would have only been $60, but, you know, still. Oh, there it goes. There it goes without me. Okay, so 160. I really like that it is support. The next thing I want to see it do is break above and hold this 101.40 level on BILI. I'm in BILI at for 100 shares at $100.29. So if I can get a $2 move on this thing, if we can go to 102.29, then I can almost break even on the day. Baba's looking really bullish. First pullback, run up. A little bit more pullback. You definitely, on a setup like this, I would rather see a nice big move after this pullback. The market just might not. The market might not have the mustard right now to pull off a trick like that. The SPY is. Let's SPY up here. You can see here the SPY just got support. This is yesterday's close. So the SPY ran up a few points, then came down into this into yesterday's close, and it's finding support now. I'm not sure if that means it'll just start turning around the other direction, going the other way. It's turnaround Tuesday, so it's possible it could do that. 36.43 on SBE. I've got 100 shares of this at 36.93. So it's still hanging around the highs here. Definitely 33. I had an entry at 33.401, I think. I just barely missed my entry. Might have to call this one. I don't know. We'll see. NCTY, look at you go. So NCTY is up over the pre-market resistance here at 977. See what it looks like on the daily chart here. Really spiky. And I don't know what the news is on. Well, actually, I do know what the news is on NCTY. No. Failed breakout here on BABA. If BABA starts to fall down past a couple of these intraday levels, then I'll look to add to my short position on it. SBE failed to push back up above this intraday high. However, on a pullback, it hasn't come all the way down to the support level of 3607. So it's hanging around the highs for the time being. It did pull back down, but it didn't stay there. So there are buyers who are interested. SPY is popping back up from that test of yesterday's close. Has a little bit of work to do to make it back over to the intraday highs. So this level at 370.35 roughly is going to be a little bit of resistance on the SPY. Right there. And then a move past that, you know, then it's going to make it past its intraday high. You know, could be set up for a rather bullish period in the market. NCTY pulled back from this this high here. Let's see. PE coming back up. SPY, PECK. I'm gonna get rid of PECK. I know I've missed the move on this one. This ATOM atom has been hitting the scanners basically all morning. Looks like there's a little bit of a blow off top there. An exhaustion candle. The $20 mark is, yep, there was a rather significant area of consolidation there around the $20 mark, right in here. Managed to hold it, and then buyers came in and bid it up. NCTY. Nice run on NCTY there. But I was in somewhere around the 874, I think. Yeah, so definitely let go of this one too soon. All right, so I have an entry on First Solar here. I think I'm going to take it a little bit slow here. I'm going to go 50 shares on First Solar. And so I'm in 50 shares at $93.32 on First Solar. The cutoff line is all the way down here at 91.81. So what I'm thinking I'll probably do is I'll buy another 50 right here at 92.61, roughly halfway between the two marks. If it doesn't start reversing and going in the other direction now. And then I'll buy 100 shares at 91.81. This SPY got a bounce there around yesterday's close and came down from the top side to test it again. NCTY is pulling back after its push to this level here, the 100% level on the fib. Really nice move. Held the golden ratio here, 744 up to 990. Yeah, it was a nice move. Continuation from essentially yesterday. Otherwise, I mean, this stock has been pretty flat for the past few days, few weeks. Pulling back now. BILI. Can you make it over that level? So it's holding this $100.60 level. The next level for it to hold, if it's going to continue creeping up through the day, is going to be the $100.60 mark. First Solar is coming down a little bit further. Not even so much as of a bounce right here. Maybe the price action met a little bit of resistance, just a tiny bit, or a tiny bit of support right here, but it certainly didn't bounce away. So that price level is not really good. I didn't have a high degree of confidence in that price level, given the 50 shares that I decided to purchase on it. So it's a very low risk setup, or very. I don't have a high degree of confidence in it. If I can make a percentage off of it, it's going to give me $50 or $45 really. So 101. I like the way it got above the $10.60 or $100.60 mark here and held it. So the next target is, what did I say, $101.60 or $101.40, something like that. The pre-market will tell us here. No. Oh, there it is. Let's go against its pre-market. Let's trade against its all-time high here that it put in the pre-market, which is at $100. 101.40 is its all-time pre-market high that it is at the moment attempting to cross over and hold. So it actually crossed over it. This 101.40 level, it crossed over it back here, but it couldn't hold it. So holding on to it here. This is the 10-minute. Let's see how much time we have left on the 10-minute. There's about 5 minutes, a little less than 5 minutes left on this 10-minute candle. So for it to break back over 101.40 and hold 101.40 would be quite encouraging. Bob is making another stab at this resistance level here, 237.46. Closing above it and then confirming above it would be bullish. The moving averages are, the daily intraday moving averages are showing a bit of support here for a further move up. In fact, this thing really, if it follows some semblance of symmetry. After this consolidation level is broken here, we can anticipate, after this consolidation period breaks, we can anticipate another move up. Another move up that is equivalent to this move up. So we've got, let's see how many points we've got here. Got 228 to, we'll call it 236. So an $8 move. If it breaks above this consolidation area and continues up, then it's not out of the question to see this thing hit 245. Let's see where that puts us on our resistance line here. Right in here, let's turn that off. So I would anticipate 242 or so, 243 roughly, to be resistance for BABA today if it can make it up that high. 101.13. Where did SBE go? Adam, I'm not going to trade you. $37.05. Just kind of moving back and forth here. The markets have gone pretty quiet. I wonder if we'll get a little bounce here. This is the 75% level. I wonder if we'll get a little bounce at the 75% level right here. There's a lot of sellings come in on this name. The SPY looks like it's starting to break down. So there's an intraday pivot right here that it looks like it's about to break down below. We'll see where it closes. And then if it breaks down below this intraday pivot right here, then we can expect it to test the low of the day here, roughly the low of the day, the bottom of this breakup candle. I'm generally speaking, I'm bullish on the S&P over the course of the next 3 months. That doesn't mean that we couldn't start the year off with a pullback. A pullback would actually be a good thing. It would be, and a 10% pullback, a correction, would be a good thing for this market right now. It's just it's been looking toppy, and there are gaps in the chart. Pretty quiet. So SBE is hanging around the day's highs here. That is encouraging. It's like watching paint dry. And it's hanging around the day's highs, hanging around yesterday's close. I'd be really surprised to see Baba roll over here. This is a big up day. Or if anything, it'll happen like later in the week for this thing to start rolling over. All right, BILI. Decided to wake up. Nice. So it decided to wake up and make its move. So yeah, a close over 101.40. Let's see, this is the 10-minute candle. So we've got about 7 minutes left on this move. I'm in at where am I? $100.29. So here we go. I'm up $200 on the, well, for just a moment there I was up $200 on that move, which puts me down. Let's see here. So right now I'm down $223 on the day. So if this thing can clear up over, was that 102.40 roughly, and I can get out of it, then I can break even for the day. Looks like there's a small round of buying coming in here a little bit late in the day. Or a little bit late in the morning, that is. $102.32, very nice. $102.50, very, very nice. SBE, I'd like to see you break out of this this wedge right here. Baba, are you breaking out? Baba's working on breaking out. It's got a little wedge pattern thing working. Definitely a bull flag. Look at this one on the 10-minute. Yeah. Definitely bullish here on Baba. Excellent. Good job, BILI. So this is blue skies for BILI. There's I mean, no real overhead resistance price here. This is it's exploring new all-time high territory. So, I mean, it's sky's the limit. But I mean, we're not talking like 200,000 per share or something like that. This is just a move up by a few bucks. I guess I'd like to see 104. That would put me positive, I don't know, roughly $200 on the day if it could actually hit 104. If I let it go now, I could be more than, I think maybe I'll let half of it go now. I don't know. This thing looks like it has room to run. We've got to move from 97.30 up to 101. So a $3 move from 101 isn't out of the question. I think at 104, if we can hit 104, I'll take some profit on it. 103.05, it's nice. About a minute and a half left on this 10-minute candle. A little pause there under 103. Nice breakout above this consolidation area. Nice breakout above, this resistance at the pre-market high from a few days back at 101.40. So another push over 103. $12,000 share buyer just got taken out at 103 even. A little bit of buying again over top of 103. All right. Well, this is looking kind of toppy. I'm going to take profits on it right there. And it looks like that got me to break even for the day. So I'm positive 430 on BILI, negative 653 on PECK. On NCTY, looks like I got 94 cents on NCTY on 200. Oh yeah, that's right. I put in a break-even trade on NCTY, which is too bad because I was in at 874 a share back here, and it ran up over $1 a share. It was looking kind of toppy back here, so I let it go for a break-even trade. And then that last trade on BILI netted me $118 plus 125, so 240 bucks roughly. So I think I'm up like 10 bucks on the day. I'll do the math here in a little bit. First Solar, I'm still in First Solar here for 50 shares at $93.32. It looked like I missed an opportunity to buy halfway between my entry and my cutoff, which is what I like to do on a low confidence trade, so that way my average is somewhere in between the middle here, so I can get out break even if it looks like it's just going to slog for the rest of the day. Let's see what the SPY is doing real quick. Okay, so the SPY caught some support here at this pivot level. Didn't break down and close below the pivot level here. So the SPY is working. We're making a move back above what looks like another pivot level. This is just going to be kind of chop formation. It's getting into that time of the day. I don't really see a trade here. This looks like there's just too much back and forth. Looks like it's going to play ping pong in between this price right here. I think, generally speaking, I think that the markets are going to kind of chill out until it sees what happens with the Georgia runoff, as well as the Senate delegate or electoral vote on the 6th. Regardless of what your politics are, we're probably going to see some movement there. All right, SBE made a little breakout here. I think I'm going to take half, which I only have a 100 share position in SBE. I'm going to sell half here so I can definitely finish in the green. I just sold 50 shares at what looks to be like 37.33 right there. Yeah, I got filled at 37.33 on that sell on SBE. And so that was about $20. That was about a $20 trade, profit trade right there. So let's see here. I could punch it up on my calculator real quick instead of taking the time to do it on Excel. I don't know if I'm done trading, so I don't want to create an Excel sheet that I'm going to have to overwrite again. It can be kind of a pain in the butt to export the Excel sheets. It just kind of gets in the way of the way my trading platform operates. I'm up $41.77 on the day. SBE's making a nice breakout move here. Let's see. Where is SBE? So I'm going to get rid of these lines right here. We know it broke out. We saw that. So the next level for SBE to break out of is going to be $38. That's right. So a move above and then confirmation above $38. And we might be able to see SBE put in a new higher low for this bullish trend that it has going on here. Oh, this is a finance. SBE is a finance move, so probably be a good idea for me to look at the XLF. I don't have the XLF in here. Where's my XLF? I think it's in my portfolio. Yeah, it is. Okay, I've got the XLF in my portfolio. Yeah, the XLF, this thing is, I mean, it's, so the next target is $30 up here I have on it. $30.06 is the next target. Had support at 28. So, this thing is, it's hard. I think it'll do well because I think that rates are about to move back up again. Let's check out what the 10 year's doing. The 10-year is putting in a move here. If this 10-year, I mean, when inflation starts to rear its head, this 10-year is going to roll up, and there are going to be bubbles that pop all over the place for rate-sensitive sectors like real estate investment trusts. You know, God bless them. They've gotten their hides saved by all of the stimulus and the Fed lending programs, and they really are. Some of these Fed lending programs are really grants, because once you lend money that's then forgivable, like, you know, I'll forgive this loan. I'm going to give you this loan knowing that, you know, it's probably going to be forgiven. That is really bullish for anybody that's, you know, in business, first of all, but then anybody that's, you know, yeah, rate sensitive, you know. So anyway, it looks to me like SBE is putting in a higher low here. So I'm still holding on to 50 shares that I bought at $36.94. So I'm not up a lot on it, obviously, but it is something that I'll continue to average into as time goes on. So let me put this in my portfolio here. It says Switchback Energy. Oh, it's a SPAC. Ooh, these things have a bad reputation. I'm not exactly sure why. But I've actually got a bunch of SPACs I haven't put in this portfolio, but I've only bought 100 shares of them at a time. Let's see. I've got, as far as SPACs go, I've got ITAC, got 100 shares. I'm down $40 on it. CGRO, I bought 100 shares of that one at $16.25. It's now at $13.71, so I'm down $254 on that one. What's the next one? Is IDOC. I thought I had 4 of them. ADOC, and I bought 100 shares of that one at $10.02, and I'm up $24 on that one. I really don't understand SPACs, but then again, I don't understand Bitcoin, and so I had an opportunity many years ago to buy Bitcoin. I remember seeing it when it was really like first introduced, and I blew it off. You know, I was like, whatever. You know, I didn't really think it would go anywhere. Jeez. Just think if I bought 1,000, and when I was looking at it, I think it was somewhere around 10 cents per Bitcoin. So just think if like I'd bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, how many Bitcoin? That'd be 10 Bitcoin. It would be 10,000 Bitcoin I'd have right now if I had sold it, beforehand. But anyway, that's Okay, so Baba is making its move, and this is a strong move. I think, for intraday, I think this is really quite bullish. The larger pattern is very bearish, but I think this is a bullish move. No doubt, this is a bullish move within this. I'm going to get rid of all these lines. This is a bullish move within a bearish pattern. There's definitely a trade right here. I don't want to, I guess I could split it off and trade in a different account. I don't know. I mean, I'm bearish on it. Bears make money, bulls make money, pigs get slaughtered. So I'm going to stick with my bearish sentiment on this thing. I've got an alarm on this line, so if it hits this line right here, I guess it could break through it a little bit. But yeah, if it hits this line right here, I'm going to start adding back to this short position I have on it. Right now on Baba, I'm short 40 shares at an average of $226.30, we'll call it, 226.295. and it's at 238. I'm down almost 500 bucks on the short for Baba. But this pattern, this head and shoulders pattern, it is once it plays out, it is just an extremely reliable pattern. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. I'll move on to something else. Take a look at this chart real quick. So I'm averaging into a 4% position on Sun, and after the March depression here in quad 2, energy is a good place to be. A weakening dollar, anything that energy gets a lift on a weakening dollar. That's a nice day pattern there. And then I'm also averaging into TRQ. And a close above this recent double top would be a really nice thing here. So I started averaging into it around $10. I've got 600 shares at an average of $12.36. And so I started averaging into it right around in here, and then sold some for, let's see, I was in 1,200 shares, and so now I sold some up here for, I guess it was 15% profit or so, and then it came back down again, and I was kind of like, going dookie, going caca. But then it started to move on its way back up, and started averaging into it again right around this area right in here, or up here, up here, right around this breakout level right here, 1262. Got into so I was down to 200 shares. I sold, of the 1,200 that I owned, I sold 11 or 1,000 of them. And then just kind of I wasn't really too worried about the 200 shares kind of swooping down like this. And then started buying in again, right up here. And so, it's a natural resources company. It's commodity heavy, small bit of finance rolled into the company, but during periods of inflation, this thing ought to perform well. It's up over this gap. That's right, I remember. So I actually started averaging into this thing once it got up over its gap right here. Once it hit this thing and then closed above it, right in there, that's where I started averaging in. Right there at 1046, and I think I averaged in all on one day. The intraday chart on this thing, it moved, it opened up, moved down, and then moved back up again, and once it confirmed this spot again is where I started averaging into it. I think I bought a vast majority of those 1,200 shares right there at that support level, at this gap, above this gap right here. So now this thing, I anticipate that, with the inflationary environment that we're moving into, it's probably a good idea, once this thing runs up again to a new high here, let's see where it could go. Maybe 17. This thing might crash up again once the new CPI comes out. It might crash upward. The First Solar is trying to creep back up to, I bought it just below the support line right here. So it might start to try and creep back up to where I bought it. I can probably get away with buying another, I can. So if I buy, what I have 50 shares, buy another 50 shares right now, and kind of average down a little bit here. Okay, so I'm in at an average of 93.19 per share right here. Let's see if we can get this thing moving in the right direction. So I have 100 shares at 93.19. I'd like to see it break above this 93.41 level here, hold it, and then start moving in the other direction. What's the SPY doing? The SPY is trying to recover. So First Solar, it could find a bottom in here, which would be really nice, and then start making a new move up. I don't really like the solar business, to be honest. Let's see how First Solar's revenues and earnings and revenues are going. Pretty impressive, but earnings are still suppressed. Okay, so earnings are moving in the right direction here on this thing. Revenues took like everybody, it took a big hit in this first quarter of 2020. Now its revenues are headed in the right direction. Its earnings are headed in the right direction. So yeah, this thing, we'll see if people want to buy it. NCTY looks like it's gotten some support down here at this 75% level. I don't want to call it a fib because it's not really a Fibonacci level, but I replaced it with 75% level here and 25% level here. This bottom red. So 101. BILI is trying to hang on to 101.40 again, which is its intraday. I'm sorry, pre-market high. We've got pardon me. We've got an intraday high here at 103.60. 103 high, 103.65. All right, for solar, get your act together. SBE back down to 37.32. Yeah, a little round of buying here on SBE. Little late morning action, pre-lunch action. All right. TRQ. On the 15-minute chart. And the TRQ is putting in a little sort of telephone pole kind of thing. Up 37 cents on the day, up as high as 47 cents on the day. Sun. Working on going back up here to sort of the pre-crash highs. There's support and resistance line here, 33. I'd like to see it move on up there. And Baba, where did you go, Baba? Yeah, Baba's putting in a bullish move here. I'd actually be surprised to see it hit this resistance level. I think it'll come up short and fade away. And so that will be another entry. So yeah, I'll work with that when the time comes.